Oh, can I still fit this in here? Oh, oh, botherations. that's slightly annoying. This is a gorgeous looking station, isn't it, actually? This guy looks so much better when it's full of people. Hello and welcome, my name is Ajaxpost and this is Transport Fever. And although we weren't looking at this in the last episode, I just noticed this when I came back to start this recording. We do have an awful lot of oil sat here waiting to be delivered, and the fuel there from the refinery isn't quite as good, so I've replaced this train here with a slightly longer consist, 11 gone up to 13 tank wagons, and also improved the engine, slightly faster engine now. If I go in there, can it tell me? Will it tell me what it is? Which is the E41, which again is another modded vehicle, and is a good choice for this. I thought it's a bit faster than the old one, which was the A47 or something. Yeah, AE47. It's a bit faster and is a little bit more powerful, and is only moderately more expensive. So I think that should be a reasonably good fit. I mean, it's a nice, profitable line anyway, so there's not a big issue with that. I mean, look at that. That's gorgeous, isn't it? Oh, those lovely, great big green lines. Anyway, it's another modded loco, and the link for that will be in the description below this video, and also added to the Steam collection, which is also linked in the description below. We're still waiting. It's only been a few months since you last left me, so the stone line and the construction materials delivery, as a result of that delivery of stone, is still bedding in, so that's not making money just yet. But you may recall what I said I'd do in this episode is add Thatcham here to the passenger network. I'm going to... I'll leave it running for a moment. Oh, got a new vehicle. We'll look at that when we get the time. So have we got a locomotive, a train on this line somewhere? There must be one. Oh, you'll do, I think. There we go. Yeah, so we've got the Northern Connection passenger line here, which connects all the towns in the far north of the map, starting at Thiel here, which links into Falmouth, which then links to everything else south of the river. So Thiel to Bristol to Yate. I think if we linked that into Thatcham, and then Thatcham on to Felixstowe, everything then will be linked up passenger wise on this side of the river, which only then I think leaves Kintbury here in the far south east. The map is upside down, as it were, to be connected. So that should, once we get, again, the thing is getting stations connected, getting towns connected for passengers as well as cargo is the key to development, and development means money. So I'm going to pause this now so that things don't break. There are a number of issues you can see around the map, delivery of goods and passengers, which I need to address, and I'll be looking at those in the upcoming episodes. But let's look at this and just make sure, just to make sure nothing else breaks, we'll pause the game. Now I was thinking here, if I get this on the zoning, or putting in an underground station here, just like we did in Falmouth, so it neatly slips in and doesn't disrupt the existing housing and building development here. But I thought, no, we've done that already, and I've got some other exciting new modded stations that I'd like to try to use. So that's what we're going to do. I'm actually going to add it along the line of the existing cargo freight line here, which is used for the Northern Stone. So we're going to need a couple of pass-through tracks on that as well to accommodate the fast freight trains moving through. It's going to start, I'm afraid, with a fair amount of bulldozing of stuff. I'm not sure I need to delete all the way back there, but I did. So actually we want to delete some of this track as well, because you can't put track or stations over existing track. I'm not quite sure how far I need to go out on here. Actually, let's delete that as well. Yeah, that's good. And smooth this down a little bit. I'm not sure I can make it quite flat here in Thatcham. Thatcham has quite a few ups and downs in the town. I could actually force it to be level, but we won't worry too much about that. Okay, now the station I'm looking at using here is this one, which is the Viennese Stadtbahn station. Again, apologies for my inadequate pronunciation of German. Again, a modded station. The link to this will be in the description below. I don't need it to be that long. I don't want 5 platforms. Now, I'm thinking in terms of passengers, we'll be taking trains in from Yate and trains to and from Felixstowe. I'm not sure if we'll need a third line, but I'm going to put a third one in there anyway. Let's just turn this around a little bit so I can see more what we're going to do. Because I want these tracks to pass through without a platform, and that's 2 at the front. Now if I make this a 2 platform station, that works fine, but what it does mean is that my passenger trains will need to cross over and intersect on the freight line, which I'm not terribly happy about. So ideally I'd like to have at least my main passenger lines to Yate and Felixstowe not crossing over the freight line. I can do that, I think, if I put 3. Nope, I don't want to be first. So these, you've got choices down here at the bottom of where you want the pass-through tracks to go. I believe that's what this is for. That's certainly what it looks like. So we'll put 2 on there. You see, there we go. If I put 2 on the last, they're on the outside, and all the other 3 lines are platformed. Now if I put this down to 2, again it does a calculation that says, oh, you want 2 pass-through tracks. I know you've selected last, but that's the most logical place for them. I don't want that, so I'm going to select 3, although currently it might be a bit overkill. The other decision I made on this is not to put a second connection in, street connection, because if we do that, then passengers arriving into Thatcham on the train could easily walk to work, to the industrial zones, or indeed to shopping in the commercial zone. And I'd much rather make even more money from them by having them use a bus to get there. So if we have the exit here, then I should be able to use the bus routes to take them from the train station into the industrial and commercial zones and make more money off them. Now, some people might call that scalping, but no, I'm going to call it entrepreneurial. That's what it is. Right, now these tracks appear to be a bit of a slant there. If I bring that in, yes, I've added a new track mod, again link in the description, which adds all sorts of different types of track, and it's obviously overwritten the default display. You can see there the different sort of sleepers, concrete, that's wood, that's concrete, more modern tracks and high-speed tracks, whatever the distinction is. I believe there's also there's at least one more speed on these, but obviously later in the game as the years progress. I do still have my ballast, yep, and that's the yard tracks, and yard tracks are very old and slow, 37. Even slower than the rusty tracks. so yes, you can have very precise sort of track speeds around your network, as is appropriate to the age of the installation or their purpose, i.e. in a depot or in a cargo shunting yard or whatever. We're using high speed here, so if I get that in there, that's probably a bit too far. Will that do? And try and put my station in connected to that. Oh, that does kind of work. I am deleting 2 houses. Do I want to delete 2? If I take that back just a touch. A little bit more. It needs to be. There you go. We'll try that. Oh, I'm not deleting any. I'm a bit out of town, but then the town will develop, I'm sure, if I put some good services in. Oh, gone a little bit closer. I've kind of got this feeling I wanted to demolish at least one house in this town. That's a bit mean, isn't it, really? Doesn't look straight, but it must be because it's got the highest speed possible on the line. Okay, let me join you up. There we go. Oh, I'm deleting 2 still there. Oh, they'll rebuild. I'm sure it's compulsory purchase, isn't it? We'll take care of them. That's not a problem. Need to be there. That's good. This is a really funky looking station as well. It's too far cut into the ground. Terrain. That is a really nice looking station. This is going to be fun getting those tracks out of there. Oh, that's not too bad actually. Yeah, it's a bit of a kink, but that's the way of the world. Still over 100 miles an hour, which they're not going to achieve. Well, they might achieve that. Okay, let's get you there. That's fine. Okay, let's connect this up. I'm thinking of this kind of as the old town, these wiggly, fiddly sort of little roads around, whereas this is the more modern new town of Thatcham, with all the bus lanes and the big roads and stuff. All the developments happen. So we'll put in a small. Well, we'll put in a medium street. I think medium street is what that is, isn't it? No, it's historic medium street. That's what we'll use. It's in keeping then. There we go. That doesn't look too dreadful, does it? No, not quite. Should we smooth that? Does it look any better? Oh, it does. It does. Oh, it does look a lot better. Yes. Cool. Right. Okay. Now, that's going to connect to Yate, which is where is it? It's up here somewhere. There it is. If we look at the contours, we've got a biggish hill in the way and a couple of industrial sites, so it's going to have to sort of turn around here. And I want it to come in that way. I could come in on the other side, actually. That's an interesting thought. I can get rid of that piece of road there. There's nobody living there at the moment. So that actually, if I do that, if I come in on this side, no, that I'd either have to cut through this mountain. No, I think I'll go with my original plan, I think, which is to come out this way. It's a slightly longer route probably. But I think it's should be simpler and faster. These icons are odd. I'm going to take a little getting used to. Okay, so let's get this up here. So where does this need to go? Which side of these industrial sites? I think we want to keep speed up if it's going to be a slightly longer route, so we'll come out this side, I think, of that zone. That's nice, over 100 miles an hour. I'm happy with that. If we then, come round here. Yeah, we can go straight up here, I think. That's fine. Then we'll close. That looks good. So, we don't need that bit of road there, or rather that bit of road's in the way, so we'll take care of you. Okay, and this will be the inner track, I think, the outer Yate track. It's a bit of a lump on the landscape, isn't it, there? But it is nice and fast. Can we keep it? Okay, if I do that, yeah, that's still fast, and there's a bit of a lump, but it's not quite so substantial. That's fabulous. Okay, let's double track this. And we go around there. remarkably, apart from that little bit of suburban road, we're not crossing any country traffic. Okay, that's right there. So we will. What we could do, could we take it out of there? We could do actually. Let's do that. Because we could then put Felixstowe into there. Yeah, that gives us options. Yeah, we'll do that rather than going down immediately into one track there. Obviously going to need a switch because this is the end of that line. Slope doesn't look like too much of an issue, so it should be okay, he said, hopefully. Okay, how are we doing with that? Oh, and it works first time. Impressive. Signal is up by clicking the appropriate icon. Again, I'm using this British signalling mod, so the lights are on the correct side of the track. Coming in. And going out. And we'll stick one here as well. That's fine. Okay. I'll stick a few more signals on here. We're going to have because this line is going to be travelling all the way through Yate, Bristol and on to Theale. We're going to have quite a few trains on here at some point. So we're going to need a fair amount of signalling, I think, to make sure we don't get hold-ups as they traverse the landscape. And one last set up here somewhere. And we'll do nicely. Actually, probably another set in here as well. There we go. Result. Okay, so that's the completion, effectively, of that northern connection route. So it goes all the way from Theale over here, round to Thatcham. We will introduce other sort of alternative routes as well as we see fit, as the passenger numbers take up. Okay, now we're not going to get many passengers here because it's only dealing with those houses there. It doesn't connect at all to the industrial space there. So what we want is a bus station there. We need bus routes. What I'd like to do actually, can I put in, and I think I'm using a slim large road here with bus lane. Let's keep it consistent. Which road are we using? We're using that one. Actually, let's upgrade that as well over here. Okay, if we put, I'm just thinking, if I put do you really want to delete that building? Can we get away with not deleting it? Can we make it a smaller road? Will that work? No, not really. Let's keep to that. Actually, now I've deleted the building, we might get a better angle on the road. That's better. What we could have is buildings developing along the station edge. It's always a nice thing to see. Give them room to put buildings in there. Okay. We have that, so that can take go out of the town. What we want is a bridge that goes over all of that. Can we do it? Yes, we can. Right, an old wooden bridge is probably not ideal in this scenario. We are in 1964 after all. I think we quite like this bridge. That works. Yep, that works very nicely indeed. It's a bit steep that side, but we can probably tinker with that, to be honest. Let's bring that in there. Okay, and there we go. Okay, So we've got the two halves of the town connected again. Now the bus station, I uploaded another bus station mod recently which I thought was really nice, which is these ones here. And I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce Wendelscheif. I'm sorry, I really do apologise. Which is these nice sort of roundabouty kind of bus stops, which can either have tram tracks or not, and come in both sort of a new style and old style, which is rather nice. And there are quite a few options you can choose from, right, left hand, and so on. So that's got 2 stops on it. I'm thinking of actually, because I'm in the old town of Thatcham. Oh, can I still fit this in here? Oh, botherations. that's slightly annoying. Okay, do I have to get rid of this road to start with? I do want that to go in there. Just having a simple bus stop is just not good enough, is it? No, that road's too close. We need to get rid of that as well. Okay, so how are we going to fit this in here? I said I want an old one, I think. We got one with 2 on in old style. I'm not sure if we have. Ooh, these are even more modern ones. I'm not going to look at those, they're just too big and modern. No. Don't want tram. I do want the old one. That's what we'll stick in here. Okay, now where can we fit in? Perhaps I shouldn't have put that bridge in there quite so early. Oops. Well, there you are. I've got myself into a bit of a mess here, I think, haven't I? Ah, that might work. That might work indeed. Okay, so what roads do we need? So we've got a medium historic going up there. We don't need bus lanes as such. That connects there. We then need to connect that. With that somehow. It doesn't like doing it because of the slopes, I think. Can we force it to? Oh, we can there. That's a bit of a turn though, isn't it? That is a bit of a turn. Okay, let's start this again. I think if we actually take that bridge out and put it a bit further down the station. It's a good job I've been making money these last few years on here. I can afford to be so reckless with my building. Okay, let's get back up. That's fine. We do want a bus lane on this, and we want a more modern style of bridge, which is that. That looks quite good still, doesn't it? Okay. So, where's our bus stop going to go? Unfortunately, there's a bit of a dip there, isn't there? If I smooth that at all, will that help? Probably not, but we can live in hope. So I'd like it to be quite close to the station. like there. Will that work? Oh, it's on the other side of the road now. Don't need that. This is a medium road we're looking for again. There we go. Oh, that's okay. Actually, we could do... I could redo the bridge again. It's going over this as well. Oh, let's do that. That looks like fun. Right. Go do that. Let's do that. Okay. Once again, this will be the last time, honestly. Will be the last time. If it lets me do it. Right, but I want to actually draw that first line, that first road out, don't I? So the bridge can go over it. There we go. So large. Bus lanes, yes. So, can I achieve this? Not like that, I can't. Okay, that's looking better. Oh, I can! Oh, I like that. That's excellent. That is brilliant. Bring that out there. Will do. Okay, and let's see how we join the rest of these roads up. Put that in there. Actually, what we want, I think, we'll keep the bus lanes going in here. That's a bit too close. Yeah, I want the bus station to be close to the train station, so people don't have too far to walk. But that looks okay, I think. Yeah, that's right. Actually, just check that these actually connect up. Does it? Oh, it does just about. Can you see the? It's difficult to see the lines on there. Yep, they do. They do. They connect. Okay, they're in the catchment areas appropriately. Okay, so buses. We need buses down here to ensure that we get passengers at our bus stop. Okay, so if we turn that on again and see where we go. Right, so we want passengers to come in here to come to work and shop. Now what I'm thinking is we've actually got I think I will use 3 lines on here. So if we stick that there, one for commercial, one for industrial, and one for the local residents to use. And yeah, we'll stick that there and there. We'll also put here, because I'm sure industry will develop around there as well. Okay, so that will do that, and in the commercial zone we will stick them there and there. Unfortunately, I couldn't enlarge these roads here without demolishing a large number of buildings, so the buses, I'm afraid, are going to be a bit slow along there, but they will they'll cope somehow. Okay, so if we put you in there, you in there, and I think that will probably do. They can come down there. For the residents, we're not going to have them connecting directly to the train station. If I start there and go out there, that's hopefully encouraging growth from there. And we'll come along here. Are they in the right place? Yes, they are. And then come down here. And then they'll intersect with the commercial route there. Let's go up there and round there, and then back to the old town, and we'll use there. Okay, so how are we going to set these lines up? We're going to take our yellow line first, which is going to be our Thatcham Industrial. Yes, I've noticed that the map has gone while I was typing. There we are, we're back. Right, so you will go from there round to there and down there, round there, round there and back. That should do nicely, I think, for now. Yep, that should cover that. And the Thatcham Commercial, which will of course be our lovely blue line. And again, that will come here from the connecting station. It will actually go down that way and that way and connect here to the mainly commercial areas. It actually offers an alternate way round as well, so that might work. We will see. I'm slightly concerned it might be using too many of the same stops as the industrial, but no, we're going to keep that. I think that's fine. And finally, and this will be the local line for the local people, which won't touch the train station but will intersect with the lines that do. So you go from there, oh, this needs to be green, I think, to there, and down here to here, and intersect with that, intersect with that one. So it's intersecting with both commercial and industrial lines, so it can pick people up from either, or transport people, whatever, yeah. So, right, and that works, I think, for there. And buses. And we've got our depot here. And which buses shall we use? These are, that's quite an old model, as is that. That's not too bad actually, that one, but we're using that elsewhere. Let's use something else. This one I think we're using, that's a modded version, as I think. Actually, I'm not sure if the Mercedes is. It probably is. We're using the big double-decker elsewhere, but that's too expensive, I think, for this time of the town's development. I'm thinking of this one, which goes reasonably fast. It's not too expensive. It carries quite a few people, and is another modded vehicle, which is even better. So we'll use that. We will actually buy. We'll stick 2 on each line, I think, for the moment. Is that right? That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's 6. If my maths is right. Okay, so we will stick you. We will stick you on Thatcham Commercial. You can go on Thatcham Local. You can go on, whoops, don't need to do that, Thatcham Industrial, wherever that is. Oh, I can't spell Thatcham right, that's why. Let's correct that. There we go. Did you know? You didn't tell me, did you? If I did this on Twitch or something, then you would immediately correct me, so I wouldn't make such silly, obvious mistakes. Okay, and you, and you, and finally, Thatcham or local. I think that's right, isn't it? So we should have 2 vehicles in each, and we'll colour code them. Oh, the model takes the colour. Excellent, that's even better. So you can tell as the buses make their way around the town exactly what service they're on, which is very handy. And you are the green one. Okay, and finally, we need, I think we've only got, how many trains have we got on the Northern Connection line? Well, I'm looking at the wrong thing. On the Northern Connection we've got just the 2 trains. I think we need bigger and faster on that. I think we do need bigger and faster. So what I'm going to do, do we have replacements on that yet? No, we don't. We'll use the depot here in Thatcham. That should connect. I need to click on the depot icon itself to get the depot. It's a multi-purpose asset, and we're going to use diesel as we have done for the rest of the Northern Connection line. So that's the train we've got on there at the moment, the loco anyway. 75 miles an hour. That's not too bad. It's not terribly powerful. Ooh, this was the new one that came in. It's only 62 though. Oh, I want faster than that. And these are some new ones that I put on. Lovely little sort of local shunting vehicles. I really like the Class 37, but it's not quite powerful enough, even compared to the NoHab. Yeah, NoHab is 1450 and 200, and the 37 is 1305. It's not a lot, but it does seem to make a difference in how quickly they can get up to maximum speed. So these trains, however, the 47s, are a lot better. Well, this is the newest one we got, 68. Yeah, it's too slow. I want fast. We will use these. Well, no, should we keep with the yeah, we'll keep with the red colour. We'll use the maroon. So we will buy one of those. In fact, I think I'll put 4 locos on here, 4 trains, and the passenger. How fast can that train go? Forgotten already. 95. So we want fairly fast wagons. And we've got top lights on there at the moment. Yep, top lights. They go 80, which isn't bad. Do we have anything faster? 75. Ah, these go a lot faster. Are these German ones, or are they Austrian? I'm not sure. 75. Ooh, 87. That's a closer fit. That's 201. But it's cheaper as well. Yeah, let's use these. I've not used these. So these are a new modded vehicle. I think if they are, they will certainly be in the description below. So I've got 3. So what's the capacity of those? Oh, I can't even see. I think it was 48 or something. So this gives me 63. That will do, I think. Okay, and we will clone that. And what we need to do is amend the Northern Connection, so it comes down from E8 into Thatcham, goes back from Thatcham to E8, and then carries on. I got that wrong. After E8. Right, that's better. So it goes from Thiel to Bristol to E8, from E8 to Thatcham, back to E8, and then Bristol. That's fine. We are using both sides of the track. Awesome. Right, and we're using the first platform. Okay, so actually what we need to do is set all these to the Northern Connection. And they, oh, of course, oh, rabbits. I haven't actually connected those tracks up to the, oh, bother. Right, let's get this I didn't want catenaries on there because it's a diesel line. Oh, I'll take all that off. I won't waste time with you taking that off, but okay. So what we want then, so I need these to go across. I'm going to have to get rid of that bus stop, aren't I, by the look of it? Oh, that just sneaks in there. Right, so can I then cut that across? Oh, I can. That's cool, which means I should be able to, yeah, put you in there. If that links up correctly, which it does. Okay, and we need to double slip these. Is that the only one I need to double slip? There's only the one in there, isn't there? Okay, so trains coming out of the depot here will come in on this left hand line. They can track across there and there to get there. Excellent. So can I set you to the northern connection? I can. Right. We need some signalling. This is going to be fun. Okay, so we need some signal there. We've already got a signal coming out from there. So what signals? I think we should put, yeah, a signal. Which way is that facing? That's fine. Okay, going into that. And he's moving over. Right, so these transit tracks. We'll put a signal there, that's fine. Leave it there because there's a lot of junction there which I don't want to get clogged up. Okay, probably worth putting signals here as well. So the trains coming in. Again, we want to give precedence really to the passenger trains rather than the freight locos. Well, they're not going to go down that stretch of line anyway once they've got onto where they're going. Okay, and the final thing I wanted to do on those rather was replace those other no-habs with this new vehicle. Is it the 47? I've forgotten already what it is. So let's replace that with 47. He was right. Very impressive memory. And the Einheitswagen. 1, 2, 3. We will replace. Oh, we want to replace them individually. Otherwise, I'll replace the current ones as well. So I want to replace that one now. Yes. And train 30. Replace that one now as well. Yes. That's about 12 extra million in replacement costs, but that should be fine. Okay, so there we are. That's Thatcham now connected. How much have I spent on this? Expenditure 30, new vehicles 35 million. Well, that's not too bad, is it? Right, so we have brand new funky station here in Thatcham with bus routes taking people everywhere and nowhere and new trains joining us up into the main route there. They're coming down already. Good. Now will he be carrying anybody that wants to go to Thatcham? Probably not, to be honest. Oh, they've all changed. I think that means we're getting more money. Yeah, I'm sure we're going faster than we used to do on the no-habs. Right, that's it I think. That will do for this episode. Thank you very much for joining me today. Hope you've enjoyed this smash and grab at Thatcham. and bringing this into line. All those trains pass through. If I just have a quick check of the lines here, what have we got? Yeah, so that it's light grey. You can just about make it out, perhaps, of the stone train that's going through on the passing lines. The Northern Line, and we've got our intersecting bus routes. And there are people waiting already. And he's going on Thatcham Commercial. Again, the trick here is, rather than having residents connecting directly to the train station, they will get a local bus to one of these stops here, which connects to another service which goes to the train station, from which they catch the train. So I get 3 lots of revenue rather than at most 2. And likewise, people coming back from work in, say, Yate will catch the train. They'll need to catch a commercial or industrial bus and join one of these connecting services here, and just pay an extra fee for an extra journey they probably shouldn't need to take, but that's the way I'll set it up. Okay, right, and that's it. Oh, we've got our first train coming in to Thatcham. This is a gorgeous looking station, isn't it, actually? This guy looks so much better when it's full of people. Oh, it's got... Oh, I love the design of this. Can you hear the birds in the distance? The birds tweeting. We're going to have a fast train running through? Cargo train? Probably not. No. Oh, the sound of that diesel. There he goes. Excellent. Right, so I'm afraid I'm going to take all the catenaries off this part of the line, because I don't want catenaries on this line. It should be diesel only. That was foolish and reckless of me. But anyway, yes, thank you so much for joining me today. Hope you've enjoyed this episode. If you have, do leave us a like. If you've got anything to say, suggestions, comments, any sort of praise, unlikely I know, but there you are, you might, or suggestions for other mods or ways of routing this traffic, or indeed criticisms of the bizarre way I'm doing things. Anything would be great to hear from you. Just leave a note in the comments box below. And of course, if you've not done this already, please do subscribe to the channel. That way you'll know as soon as I upload another one of these or any of my other Let's Play videos. But from me, Ajaxpost, until the next time, bye bye for now.